Hello. I am Joshua Roach, and who might you...
It's a pleasure to meet you, Josh.
Thank you, and who might you be?
My name is Charlotte. I am one of the leaders of DPS and active field medic.
Okay. Hello, Charlotte. How are you adapting to the group?
I love these guys. They're like family to me. Bit ridiculous, but, you know, you can't be all business all the time.
Definitely. And, what do you think of the other leaders in the group?
At first, I mean, it's like one of those things, you know, you meet everybody on the forums and stuff like that, and it's different when you meet them in person. Crux, I really have a high respect for him ever since we first made contact on the internet, you know. He's organized, he's good at what he does. The other leaders, we got McGee. I think Crux probably mentioned him too. He is kind of like the third leg to the tripod of our leaders, and well, then there's me. But I mean, yeah, I have respect for the guys, and we like to think we're organized and try and do what's good for the people out here.
So, if you were not in the equation, do you feel that the group would still be in capable hands? God forbid.
If I wasn't in the equation, they'd probably be just a bunch of guys running around like crazy banshees doing what they do, but taking care of business at the same time. I like to think that they'd maybe behave a little bit more with me around, but, you know, we all like to have fun.
What would you say your biggest accomplishment inside of DPS has been?
Inside of DPS, just the fact that it allows me to put my skills that I've had with my training to use and aiding the others where they need it most. But, I mean, really there hasn't been any, like, big, super monumental events where I've had to, like, perform brain surgery or anything. But, I mean, it's the smaller things that add up to the big picture.
Fair enough. And, where do you see yourself in 4 weeks?
In 4 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit of ways in the future. I mean, out here you can really only kind of take things day by day. Because you never really know. That plan that you might have tomorrow to run with the group to grab supplies could be stopped by a rainstorm, a flat tire, zombie might take your leg off. You never know. So 4 weeks, if I make it another 4 weeks, I'm grateful and I'm doing something right. That's all there is to it.
Who do you feel would make the next best leader inside of the group?
That's kind of tough. I mean, I would like to think that right now we're just kind of balanced. There's no real rank system within DPS. It's just a natural feeling of respect, obviously, for Crux, because this is he's the one that brought us together. But, hopefully, should anything happen to us, McGee and I can come together as a team and do what needs to be done, because if anything were to happen to Crux, it would be some big boots to fill.
And what do you think of the laws and rules that have been put in place by DPS? Do you feel they are fair?
I stand behind them 100%. I mean, what's the point of harming each other when there's such a obvious and common threat for every single person and survivor that's out here. So the fact that we have a no hostility towards others unless it's rightfully brought upon us, or the fire on second, it's a valid. I mean, help others where you need to be helped, because if it were me, that's what I would want. And I guess that comes from the hard work to get what you need that's been implemented on me, and we kind of implement on each other and just hold each other accountable.
Now, putting it onto a more personal level, how did you cope with the outbreak?
It was tough. I mean, a lot of the guys out here, they came in after it happened. I was here with my fiance when it happened. I mean, it was literally one of the scariest things that I've ever been through and seen, and it changes you real quick. You know, I mean, seeing just the people around you, just the environment change through watching the infection spread and the quarantine happening, and the one person that you care about most in your life, you know, all that changes, gets taken away from you and altered to something you always, I guess, thought of, but never thought to be imaginable. It definitely can change your way of thinking. I mean, certainly after the outbreak and everything, you don't take anything for granted. But watching it happen instead of coming in afterwards, yeah, I feel like it can offer a different perspective on things compared to, say, one of the members we acquired while we're here.
So you said that it changed you. What has it changed?
You definitely, you know, I used to be a little more spontaneous and things like that, and I still try to think I can be as much as possible, but you definitely have to take into possibility every single consequence of every choice that you make out here. So, you know, where you choose to take a walk that day or gather supplies, like, there's no just go out and do it anymore. It's not like I can't just go to the store and get a cup of coffee or something. I have to. There are planning involved. You have to be much more aware of things. So changing for the better of the environment, I guess, but it's not necessarily a negative change either.
And finally, have you anything to say to the people of the Dead Zone?
I do. DPS, like, you know, Craig said, we're here to help everybody. But also, we cannot stress enough. Wake up. There's a common enemy here. Clearly, and it's not each other. A little bit of hard work and just look for what you need. The only thing that you're doing when you go and you take from somebody else that has worked so hard for what they have on hand, you're only furthering yourself from actually getting into a better situation. You want out of here, you're going to have to work for it. And that doesn't mean take from somebody else who's worked just as hard, maybe, as you have. So just try and be better to others. Help where you can, and don't be so harsh all the time. Like, yeah, it sucks out here. It's obvious. But don't hurt another person who's in the same position that you are. Because really, that's all we are. We're all in the same position. Some of us are just handling it differently.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
It has been a pleasure, Josh.